Hello, I'm Melanie. Welcome to another episode of Inflation Watch, where Bank of Jamaica highlights the main factors influencing price movements in Jamaica. At December 2024, headline or annual inflation, which is the general rate of increase in the prices of goods and services as measured over a 12-month period by the Statistical Institute of Jamaica, was 5%. This is excellent news, as it means that inflation has remained low, stable, and predictable within BOJ's target range of 4 and 6% for 9 of the 12 months to December 2024. Inflation in December 2024 was primarily driven by increased prices for certain food items, including fruits and vegetables such as ripe bananas, oranges, watermelons, dried coconuts, carrots, and tomatoes, as well as higher prices for some starchy foods like plantains, yams, and green bananas. At December, supplies of these agricultural food items had not fully recovered from recent bad weather. December's slightly higher prices were also influenced by more expensive household rental, electricity rates, and food purchased from fast food restaurants and cook shops. Inflation at December was higher than the 4.3% recorded at November 2024, but generally lower than inflation for most of 2024. The lower rate of price increases for most of 2024 was supported by BOJ's monetary policy, generally lower wage increases, and stable inflation expectations by businesses. BOJ's Monetary Policy Committee began easing monetary policy in June 2024. Since then, it has reduced the policy rate on the current accounts that deposit-taking institutions have at BOJ from 7% to 6% per year at December 2024. Easing monetary policy signals that lending rates by financial institutions should be reduced, since inflation has become anchored in the target range. Now that you're up to speed with the factors that influenced inflation at December 2024, my co-host BJ will tell you how BOJ communicates with the Minister of Finance when the inflation target is missed. This is part of Bank of Jamaica's transparency and accountability framework.
This is BJ with more facts on inflation. As part of Bank of Jamaica's inflation targeting responsibility, that involves achieving the inflation target of between 4 and 6%. The bank must inform the Minister of Finance when inflation is higher or lower than the target. This should happen within 60 days of Statin's publication of the inflation rate. The bank must outline why the target was missed and what measures it is putting in place to make sure that inflation returns to the target. To be fully transparent and accountable, this information is also published on the websites of the Ministry and BOJ so that the public know exactly what is happening. If the target is missed for longer than 3 months, the BOJ governor might not provide a month-by-month explanation, but give a progress report every 3 months. No central bank meets its inflation target all the time. But when the target is missed, the reasons should be things that the bank cannot control. Oil price go up, hurricane come, there's a drought. You get what I mean. In Jamaica, although BOJ work hard to achieve the inflation target of between 4 and 6% and keep price increases low, stable and predictable most of the times, sometimes temporary events can cause inflation to be higher than the target. Remember that our country depends on imports like oil, and Jamaica is prone to things like hurricane and long periods of little or no rain. Not to mention that this thing named climate change is making the weather more unpredictable. It's good that BOJ monitoring these things to try and limit their effect on inflation. More on inflation next time.
Thanks as usual, BJ. And that's a wrap for Inflation Watch, looking at the outturn at December 2024. Join us again next time when Bank of Jamaica will bring you another episode of Inflation Watch, where we track inflation and explore the factors influencing price changes in Jamaica. I'm Melanie. Walk good.